start by explaining my story. My family has lived in a small village in Palestine called Anafta, where everyone knows everyone. When my grandparents tell me stories about it, I can sense how happy they were from the smiles on their lips and the spark in their watery eyes. How they used to walk around town with all classic stone buildings, beautiful arches, tall palm trees, and domed roofs. My name is Yasmin Zayed, and this is the story of how I bring Palestine to home. This one says Ahlan wa Sahlan, which means welcome in Arabic. So when the Gulf War happened, I was 4 years old. It happened in 1990, and I was born in 1986. I vaguely remember, just leaving the house I grew up in. I remember we had some toys in the backyard, like a red seesaw, and just leaving all that behind and literally just carrying what we had on, the clothes we had on our backs, and just going to Jordan. It was like a state of emergency, obviously, in Kuwait. That's when the Iraqis invaded Kuwait, and we ended up moving to Jordan and building our life again in Jordan. My dad got his engineering degree from the United Kingdom. While he was in Kuwait, he used to go back and forth to get his degree from the UK. He ended up moving to California, working with aircrafts and engineering. And we kind of followed him when we were younger, about 4 years old. And then I guess my mom, kind of was feeling homesick and wanted to go back to her family. And even my dad, I do believe, he needed to be next to his parents. So after establishing himself here, he kind of had the opportunity to go back in Jordan with that same field and stay in that field. There's a proverb that I like in Islam. It says basically, love for your brother what you love to yourself. So anything that you feel like people can give you, definitely be, kind of like it's karma. Like in English when we say, karma, be good to people, and the universe will be good to you. So yeah, in general, the generosity and the hospitality of the Arab community is very well known. Everyone that travels there would always tell me about, how hospitable people are, how the food is so great, especially when it's homemade, and that's part of our culture. So here we have a traditional Palestinian breakfast, and it's very nice to know that all these ingredients are available at the Mediterranean market here in Central Florida. When I moved to Central Florida, I definitely wanted to find people from my community. My sister has already been, living here for years before I moved in, so she already knew some of the community members that are from Jordan or Palestine. I did reach out to the mosque as well to see what they offered, especially for kids. Since I have a 5-year-old, I did want her to be involved with kids from her own culture and to kind of learn the religion or religious values as well. I also reached out to the American Arab community. They have a huge center here that usually has activities for kids, especially when Eid is here, which is the Muslim holidays, twice a year. They have a huge event with, bouncy houses and face painting for the kids, and a lot of vendors for us to interact with. So I was very glad when I moved to Central Orlando to see that there are a lot of Palestinians and Arabs living here comfortably, presenting what they have, presenting their heritage, and interacting with others, other people, other Americans and Palestinians as well. Living in Central Florida has shown me that, a city that is like a melting pot. It really is. At my job as a pharmacist, my next door colleague sitting on the next desk, she's Korean. I have a Puerto Rican friend, someone from Detroit. So we kind of all melt together, and we really share the experiences we have as a community. I like to take, the positives, obviously, from each culture, and I like to expose people to our culture as well, for them to pick up some of the positives that we have, because that's what, living in a diverse community is, just taking the positive things and hopefully eliminating all the negative thoughts that we have about each other.